What's up guys, Tony here from Appetize 5, and in this video I'm going to go ahead and show you how to install a custom ROM called Beanstalk, and also how to install the Google apps using ROM Manager and Titanium Backup, and what's the other one, and I guess Google Manager if you want to download the ROM itself and the gaps. I'll show you how to do that real quick. So if you want to download Beanstalk, all you want to do is go to Google Manager. You want to download Google Manager, browse compatible ROMs, and here it is, Beanstalk, Hammerhead, obviously the Nexus 5, and the first one at the top would be the newest one, which is 2014 January 20th. You tap on it and you tap begin download and it will begin downloading on your device. I'm not going to do it because I already downloaded it. And if you want the gaps, you can go ahead and open ROM Manager. Where are you? Right here. And you can select download ROM. And then in here you'll see Google Apps. And you can go ahead and download Google Apps 4.4. Just tap on that and you can download. Hit the download button. Once you get those two downloaded, you're going to want to back up your apps using Titanium Backup. I have already done that. You want to make sure you go to settings and you enable debugging for this to work properly. And you do have to be rooted, obviously. You're going to want to make sure that you enable debugging so that everything works properly. Where are you? Here it is. Developer options, you want to make sure you check on USB debugging. I don't know why, but it asks you for that when you open up Titanium Backup. I don't have the paid version, so I just have the free version. So once you back up, you're gonna see you do have a backup. It should be right. Let me see where it tells you. Right here. It says restore all apps with data. Basically all I ever do is I just back up all user apps. That's the only thing I tap on, and then it backs all that up. I don't do system because since you're swapping ROMs, it might have a conflict. So I don't recommend you do system. Just back up all user apps. And then here at the bottom, after you install your custom ROM, you're going to want to download Titanium Backup and hit restore all apps with data. And then you're good. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and close out everything and go into ROM Manager, which is right here. Install ROM from SD card. And then you're going to select where you downloaded stuff. Most likely it's in downloads folder. So here is Beanstalk 2014 January 20th. So you select that one, and then you want to add another one, which would be the gaps. Go to download again, or wherever you put it, and I just have the Kit Kat. So there we go, we have both of them. So what you want to do now, after you have this selected at the top, you want to do them in order. So you want to install the ROM first, then the Google gaps, and then down here it says, do you want to back up existing ROM? I already have mine's backed up, so I'm not going to select backup. I'm just going to go ahead and select wipe data and cache. And after you select that, I suggest you, if you don't have a backup, go ahead and select backup. It's just going to back up all your stuff. It's going to take a little bit longer than usual, but I highly recommend that you just back up. Like I said, I already have my backup, and I'll go ahead and show you before you know what, I'll go ahead and delete my backups. I have two of them, see? Get one from yesterday, and this one is kind of old, so I'll go ahead and delete that one. So I'll save that one just in case, and I'll go ahead and just back up so you guys can see how long it actually takes. Beanstalk, add zip, downloads, gaps. Make sure you got those two and you have them in that order. Beanstalk on the top, gaps on the bottom, backup existing, wipe data and cache, and here we go. So obviously you're going to need a custom recovery for this to work, period. I do have Clockwork Mod installed. If you don't have one, you can either install TWRP or you can install Clockwork Mod Recovery. I choose Clockwork Mod Recovery, it just works better for me. So here we go. This is going to take a little while. It's going to go ahead and back up my current RAM, which is CyanogenMod. See, you see right there it says RAM Manager version 6.0.4.5, which is the latest version of Clockwork Mod Recovery. That's what I'm using, and right now it's verifying and it's preparing to install RAM, but it's backing up boot image. It's backing up all my stuff first, so that's a good thing. So once all my stuff's backed up, it's just gonna go ahead and install the RAM. And it's gonna go ahead and install my gaps. So it's gonna be pretty cool. It does everything for you. And if you're wondering about this case, I made a previous video on it. So if you want to check out my previous video, I'll show you where you can get this case. It's pretty badass. It's under $9. Got it from eBay. I'll have the link in that video. And while we're waiting, what do you guys think about Google selling off Motorola? Comment below on your thoughts on that. Lenovo is the company that purchased it. I kind of really wanted Google to keep Motorola. I was actually gonna go ahead and purchase the Moto X, but since they sold off, now I'm thinking about it. I have my doubts now. And as far as the Nexus 5 being cut off and no more Nexus 5, that's kind of disappointing also. So I don't know what Google's plans are, but they know what they're doing, so I'm going to just leave it at that. They also have patents with Samsung. Seen a little bit of that on the news also. And so that's pretty cool. You know, Samsung, I don't really care for Samsung. I don't like TouchWiz, but hey, they put a stop to Tyson. I guess they have negotiations where they quit working on Tyson OS, and they're just gonna kind of leave Google in control of that. So that's cool. So this, let me see where I'm at right now. It's actually backing up my data still. So it's gonna back up my data, and I'm not gonna pause the video so you guys can have a actual time frame as to how long it takes. So there it is. It just finished backing up all my data and my RAM and everything. So now it's generating MD5 some. You can see right there. Today is February the 1st. So after this is done, I'm not sure if it's going to reboot or if it's just going to go right into installing Beanstalk. Backup complete, formatting data. Yeah, it is. It's going right into the installation. So there it is, Beanstalk. It's installing. It's pretty neat. It does everything for you, like I said. This is actually the first time I use it. Or I have used it before, but not on this device. I've used it on the Nexus 4. So now it's installing Google Apps for Android 4.4.1. And it automatically reboots and everything. Can't complain about that. So thumbs up for ROM Manager. It's pretty neat. There's the first boot. It's actually pretty badass. Beanstalk 4.4 plus. So I've heard a lot of people talking about this ROM, and I heard a lot of comments on Google Plus about it, so I decided to try it myself, see what the hype's about. So also to note, if you don't have Titanium Backup paid version, when you restore your apps, you're going to have to go one by one. So that kind of sucks. So I recommend that you just go ahead and buy Titanium Backup. I'm not going to install my apps at the moment because it'll take forever. I'm just going to go through the ROM itself. So like always, the first boot is always the longest. Been watching a lot of YouTube videos and people talking about I don't know if it's just the trend that's going on YouTube, but this bull crap about the snow not being able to melt. It's crazy. So the screen just got brighter, so we should almost be done here. By the way, shout out to Tito. He sent me a Google Nexus 5 bumper, which I was going to wait and make a video on this case and then give him a shout out then, but I went ahead and made the video anyways. So Tito, if you're watching, thanks for the case. I should get it either today or Monday. Should be almost here, ready here. Shouldn't take much longer than that. I think it's maybe like 3 minutes, maybe 4. There it is. I felt it vibrate, so it should almost be done. There we go. So here's the welcome screen. English. I think I'm just going to skip through all this so I can get straight to the RAM. Skip. I'm going to select no. Not now. I'm just going to get to the RAM so we can check this out real quick. Finished. Okay, let's see what we want to use here. We could use, we're going to go ahead and use a stock. What's Holo Launcher? I'll go ahead and check that one out. There we go. It's pretty nice, pretty badass. So let's dive in. So settings real quick. Okay, so these are the Holo Launcher HD settings. So this is pretty badass. So it has general settings, desktop settings, drawer settings, dock, appearance, unread counts, gestures, backup and restore, upgraded. That's pretty nice. Go ahead and dive into settings over here. So we have Beanstalk options, status bar, icon, battery, we can change all that. You can change the color. Yeah, you have the percentage. There you go. Percentage text color. Put it in red. That's pretty nice. You can change all the colors. Charging color, I'll make that yellow. So that's pretty cool. Clock and date. We can make that in the center, I guess. We can change the color. We'll make that also red. So that's pretty cool. CyanogenMod doesn't have these features. So that status bar you can change. You can customize the crap out of that. That's pretty nice. Notifications and drawers. Wow, there's a bunch of cool settings in here. This is my first time on this ROM, so now I see what the hype is about. It's pretty badass. So here we have notification labels. You can hide them. Transparency, shortcuts. That's nice. So I couldn't give you a full review on this because I'd have to use this ROM for a couple of days to do that. I'm just browsing real quick, showing you some of the features. You have Halo. That's another cool feature. Dark stock. Ooh, that's nice. So it actually kind of like made everything darker. So this is a pretty badass ROM. It has way too many settings for me to throw them all on this video. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. I'm going to go ahead and mess around with this ROM. And I'll get back to you on my thoughts on it. So anyways guys, there you have it. There's how to install Beanstalk 4.4. If you guys watched and if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. And peace out. Later.